Good morning, and welcome to your AI Daily Press morning podcast for August 30, 2025. First, NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang has expressed optimism about his company's prospects in China, despite ongoing US-China trade tensions. Huang emphasized the importance of American technology being the global standard and stated that NVIDIA is eager to re-enter the Chinese market. In other news, the Russian-Ukrainian conflict has taken a deadly turn, with recent attacks on Kyiv resulting in significant damage and loss of life. The European Union has strongly condemned these actions, labeling them as war crimes, and has vowed to introduce new sanctions against Russia. Lastly, the EU is exploring ways to use Russia's frozen assets to support Ukraine's defense and reconstruction efforts. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen stated that the EU is advancing work on this issue, although it remains unclear whether this will involve seizing the capital or using profits generated from these assets. These stories highlight the complex and evolving nature of global politics and trade. We'll continue to provide updates on these developing stories as more information becomes available. That's all for now. Thank you for tuning in to the AI Daily Press morning podcast. I'm Walter, and we'll see you again soon. Now, for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
You, Walter, and then she'll know what's right now. Firstly, in Haiti, there's been a significant development with the release of Irish aid worker Gina Harity, who was kidnapped nearly a month ago along with several others. The successful negotiation and rescue efforts by international authorities and aid organizations bring relief to her family and highlight the ongoing security challenges in Haiti, where armed gangs have taken control of large parts of the capital. In related news, the United Nations Security Council is considering an expansion of its mission in Haiti to combat escalating gang violence. A proposed draft resolution aims to bolster the multinational security support mission with up to 3,000 personnel and a more structured approach to funding and logistical support. This comes as Haiti faces one of its most challenging moments, with thousands dead and over 300,000 people displaced due to gang violence. Lastly, we've been following developments in global diplomacy, where international cooperation is key to addressing crises such as the one in Haiti. The situation underscores the importance of perseverance, diplomacy, and cooperation in achieving positive outcomes, even in the face of overwhelming adversity. We'll continue to monitor these stories and provide updates as more information becomes available. For now, our thoughts are with the people affected by these events, particularly those in Haiti who deserve peace, stability, and a chance to rebuild their lives. Thank you for joining us on the AI Daily Press morning podcast. Until next time, I'm Barbara. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. Firstly, we looked at the PCE inflation data, which has strengthened market expectations for a Federal Reserve rate cut in September. The data showed a relatively resilient consumer spending trend through the summer, although economists caution that the full effects of tariffs on consumer prices have yet to be fully realized. Next, we examined NVIDIA's quarterly earnings report, which saw the company's stock fall nearly 10% in pre-market trading due to weaker-than-expected revenue from its data center segment. This development has sparked concerns about the tech industry's growth prospects and its potential impact on investor sentiment. Lastly, we touched on the global market volatility, with China's bull run continuing and Japan's Nikkei 225 rebounding from earlier losses. The Bank of Japan's commitment to further interest rate hikes and concerns over U.S. tariffs continue to influence market sentiments. In summary, today's articles highlight the complex interplay between economic indicators, corporate performance, and geopolitical factors that are driving market movements. As investors navigate these uncertain times, it's essential to approach the markets with caution and consider both the potential for growth and the associated risks. That's all for now. For more in-depth analysis and updates on these developments, be sure to follow our live coverage and expert commentary throughout the day. Thank you for tuning in to the AI Daily Press Morning Podcast. We'll see you next time. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. Firstly, NASA veteran and SpaceX founder Elon Musk's ambitious Starship program is making significant strides towards establishing a human presence beyond Earth. With successful tests and launches of Starship prototypes, the potential for revolutionizing access to space is immense. In the realm of technology, IBM and AMD are collaborating on a groundbreaking project to push the boundaries of quantum computing. By integrating IBM's quantum processors with AMD's high-performance CPUs and GPUs, they aim to overcome the fragility of quantum physics and unlock new possibilities for solving complex problems. Lastly, a fascinating medical study has shed light on the possible triggers of heart attacks, suggesting that bacterial infections may play a more significant role than previously thought. This discovery opens up new avenues for research into prevention and treatment strategies. These stories represent just a few examples of humanity's innate curiosity and drive for innovation. As we navigate the complexities of our modern world, it's clear that the boundaries between disciplines are becoming increasingly blurred, and it's at these intersections that some of the most profound breakthroughs are likely to emerge. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. First off, our NFL expert analysis highlights the Detroit Lions' challenging season ahead. With a tough schedule and uncertainties surrounding their offense, it's essential to approach their season with caution. We're looking at under 10 wins for the Lions, and Jared Goff's passing touchdowns might take a hit due to changes in the offense. Next up, we've got an in-depth look at the Mississippi State Bulldogs as they prepare to face off against the Southern Miss Golden Eagles in college football. The Bulldogs have revamped their defense and brought in new talent on offense, including Brennan Thompson from Oklahoma and Anthony Evans from Georgia. Can their defense show significant improvement, and will their offense make enough plays to outscore their opponents? Last but not least, we've got some expert advice for NFL betting enthusiasts. With advanced computer models like sports lines, fans can gain a deeper understanding of the game and make more informed choices. We're looking at some potential upsets in this week's games, so now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curl.
Thank you, Howard. Firstly, we looked at the story of Henrik Fisker, a renowned entrepreneur who has made a name for himself in the automotive industry. However, our articles didn't discuss him. Instead, they delved into the world of mental health and relationships. Our first article examined the situation of Janelle Evans, a mother navigating the challenges of parenting a child with unique needs. This story highlights the importance of empathy, understanding, and seeking help when needed. Next, we explored a fascinating study on the hidden connections between spouses and their psychiatric conditions. The research revealed that people are more likely to marry partners who share similar psychiatric diagnoses, suggesting deeper universal factors at play. Lastly, our articles touched on the intricacies of family dynamics, mental health, and relationships. They remind us that families are complex and multifaceted, and it's essential to approach these topics with sensitivity, respect, and empathy. That's a brief summary of today's stories. Tune in for more in-depth discussions and analysis throughout the day. Thank you for joining me on this morning's AI Daily Press podcast. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the AI Daily Press Morning Podcast. I'm your host, Joan. Let's dive right into today's top stories. First up, we've got some exciting news from the world of entertainment. Rapper Cardi B has been making headlines with her bold fashion choices and high-profile court case. She pleaded not guilty to felony assault and reckless endangerment charges related to a 2018 altercation at a New York City strip club. But it's not just her legal troubles that have everyone talking. Her daring style has been turning heads on the red carpet, from a stunning magazine-pattern trench coat to a sequined ruby gown. We also took a look at some other notable stories in the entertainment world. Princess of Dubai Sheikha Mara recently unveiled her breathtaking $1 million engagement ring from Moroccan-American rapper French Montana, featuring a 5-carat emerald-cut center stone. And if you're a fan of music documentaries, you'll want to keep an eye out for Ann Wilson's new film, In My Voice, which explores the lead singer of Heart's life and career. Last but not least, we touched on some other celebrity news, including Sean Diddy Combs' sex trafficking trial and a new documentary series about French Montana's fiancée, Sheikha Maha. And don't forget to tune in later this year for a new series about Ann Wilson's life and career. That's all for now, folks. Thanks for joining us on today's edition of the AI Daily Press Morning Podcast. We'll be back tomorrow with more news and updates from the world of entertainment. Until then, now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David at Nature.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, in South Africa, the city of Cape Town is grappling with a complex issue involving chacma baboons. These intelligent and social creatures are facing a proposed culling, which has raised concerns among conservationists about the potential impact on the region's biodiversity and ecosystem health. On the other hand, experts at Chester Zoo in the UK have achieved a remarkable milestone in conserving the ultra-rare Socorro dove with the successful hatching of 8 chicks. This species has been extinct in the wild for over half a century, and this achievement brings new hope to the conservation efforts. Lastly, we also take a look at the controversy surrounding a proposed nuclear power plant in South Africa, which has raised concerns about the potential environmental impact. However, our focus today is on the stories of the baboons and the Socorro doves, highlighting the delicate balance between human interests and wildlife preservation. These stories remind us that conservation efforts can make a real difference, even in the face of extinction. We'll be exploring these topics in more depth throughout the day. And that completes our morning podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until this evening, I'm David at Nature for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.